A Kitchener link to one of the biggest drug busts in Ontario history. Tonight, we have new details about a massive haul of drugs and weapons from a network that police say stretched across North America. Good evening. $140 million worth of drugs and military-grade weapons. That's what police say was at the center of a network they've now blown apart with the help of authorities right across the province and in the U.S. It started back in January with a drug trafficking tip in Windsor. And now a 33-year-old Kitchener man is among 21 people facing a long list of criminal charges. CTV's Chris Campbell has this report tonight from Windsor.
This is a military ordinance. It has no legitimate civilian application.
A very rare Laddie L39 50 caliber anti-tank rifle was one item seized during what police call Project Bay. The investigation, launched by Windsor Police, lasted nearly a year and a half and seized $139 million worth of drugs and guns.
I truly do lose sleep over stuff like this for our community and other communities.
Investigators describe it as a major cross-border trafficking network. It used commercial transport trucks to move illegal drugs across the border into Canada.
It's an impressive seizure. In terms of total weight, this is one of the largest seizures in Ontario's history.
Police seized nearly 1.7 tons of cocaine, methamphetamine, and opium, along with 17 firearms, including that rare military-style anti-tank rifle.
It is our second largest cocaine seizure in the OPP that we've ever made. It is our largest methamphetamine seizure. But just to give you some context, the total cocaine and methamphetamine seizures in this investigation surpassed all of our seizures in 2025.
Search warrants were executed across southwestern Ontario and the GTA, including Windsor and LaSalle. 21 people are facing more than 100 criminal charges. Investigators say intelligence gathered by the Canada Border Services Agency helped identify commercial shipments that appeared suspicious before they could hit the streets.
Significant amount of narcotics, 1.1 tons of this was from ports of entry seizures. I think it shows a lot of what working with our partners can do. It shows what Canada Border Services Agency can do at the border, but also where we can assist our partners from within Canada.
But investigators caution, despite the record seizure, organized crime networks continue to evolve.
Unfortunately, these are not dismantling entire networks. The networks run very deep. This investigation may be at a conclusion now, but it does lead to other criminal organizations, organized crime. This work is never done, but it's certainly, as you can see, a very large dent in someone's business.
Chris Campbell, CTV News.
Police are warning about a new cell phone scam that's been taking in victims across Ontario. The OPP say fraudsters posing as workers from legitimate telecommunications companies are calling people and telling them they're eligible for a free or low-cost phone upgrade. After providing their info, victims get a new phone and are then told it was shipped by mistake and are told to return it, which sends it directly to the scammer. Police urge anyone who gets an unexpected upgrade offer to verify it with their provider before sharing any info or returning any devices. What appeared to be a routine pizza order in Kitchener turned into a bizarre but increasingly common theft. A customer walked in pretending to order and then took off with a payment terminal. All of it was caught on camera. CTV's Heather Centerin now on why experts aren't surprised that that kind of device would be targeted.
It seemed like a typical Tuesday night at Domino's Pizza on Fairway Road in Kitchener. Around 10 p.m., security footage shows a customer walk in. According to staff, she said she needed a second to decide what she wanted.
She was pretending to having a look at the menu, but whereas checking out all the employees where they are and just looked for the perfect moment and grabbed the machine.
The suspect appears to act quickly, snatching the point-of-sale terminal right off the counter before taking off. She was in and out within 1 minute.
It was specifically the front debit machine that we use for the transaction for the walk-in customer specifically.
Staff say they called the company who makes the machines to deactivate it within minutes of them noticing it was gone. They say they just upgraded their machines last week.
They just store the value and not the card information itself. So there's no personal information of anybody on there.
A cybersecurity expert says the theft of point-of-sale terminals is becoming more and more common.
Stealing a point-of-sale terminal is actually a very useful thing for criminals. They can study it, they can dismantle it.
He says in this case, staff did the right thing reporting it to the manufacturer or supplier immediately.
So that the network knows that this device is no longer trusted on the network.
Claudia Upopa says businesses should be mindful about where these devices are kept.
The POS terminal should not be placed where the public can reach it unless it's time for them to interact with it. Otherwise, anyone could come by and unplug it and plug it back in, or tamper with it in some other way that will result in losses, financial losses, or the device loss itself.
Domino's staff say they plan on changing where it is placed to prevent future thefts. They have a replacement for now and ordered a new one, but the business is still taking a hit.
We do hope it doesn't happen to anybody, actually, because for a business, any food industry, like anything over $1,000 is a lot of money. It costs company money and it affects everybody.
Heather Centerman, CTV News Kitchener.
The Gaslight District in Cambridge has proven to be a popular place to celebrate, but some recent World Cup parties were apparently a little too loud, resulting in tickets. As CTV's Jeff Pickle tells us, though, it's also led the city to re-examine its entire noise bylaw.
Soccer fans are known for their passion, intensity, and volume. That noise from the Gaslight District watch parties resulted in several complaints to the city of Cambridge.
And unfortunately, that resulted in 2 tickets being issued for amplified noise.
The city says they believe community events like those hosted at Gaslight are important to a vibrant city.
They're doing a lot of great things for bringing the community together and having events, and a lot of it is free, and that's fantastic.
People we spoke with today say they appreciate what Gaslight brings to the community.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to Cambridge. It's a place, it's like an Italian square.
And I'm not here all the time by any means, right? But it's still a decent place. I at least recommend it. It's good for the communities.
Well, there's no denying that events at the Gaslight District can be noisy. Nearly everyone we spoke with agrees. The issue is not the noise, it's the noise bylaw that's still in place.
I think the crux of the issue is we have a noise bylaw that's over 20 years old.
The current bylaw is brief and vague, only stating that you can be fined for making noise that is likely to disrupt the inhabitants of the municipality.
It doesn't have clear sort of bars to meet. And so that's one of the things that we're looking for. Councillors Adam Cooper and Sherry Roberts agree it's the bylaw that needs work.
The fact is our bylaw is tied down to a fairly archaic sound bylaws that exist right now. So we're right to the final step of fixing that issue.
It makes it very difficult for both sides, people planning events and the people in the community, to understand, how to complain, when to complain, what's acceptable, what's not.
The city says it expects to have the bylaw ready for a vote in the fall and in place for next summer's events. Jeff Pickle, CTV News, Cambridge.
More than 20 companies across Waterloo Region and Brant County are getting new money from Ottawa to bolster their work in AI, tech, defense, and manufacturing. Canada's artificial intelligence minister joined local politicians today to make the announcement at XL Tool in Kitchener. That's one of the companies that will share in the $40 million announcement. That money is part of the government's strategy to bolster domestic production for defense, tech, and other supply chains amid the trade war with the U.S. The minister touched on why this part of Ontario is a key part of that strategy.
If you look at Kitchener, Waterloo, Brant, that area, they are leaders in innovation, in IT, in AI, in ag tech, in tool and die making, in manufacturing. And so this is an area that is a unique area that has it all.
The government says XL Tool's $4 million share of the money will allow it to modernize and move toward entering the defense and aerospace markets. Well, a perfect night for a ball game in Kitchener tonight, only it wasn't the Kitchener Panthers playing at Jack Couch Park. It was the Berlin Keg Tappers, a one-day rebrand for a special Oktoberfest in July celebration.
1, 2, 3,
And what's Oktoberfest without a keg tapping? That kicked off the festivities before the first pitch with key Oktoberfest favorites on hand. As for the game itself, sadly, Kitchener would lose 9-3 to Toronto. A hockey player from Cambridge has taken a major step forward in his pro career. Jet Greaves has signed a 3-year, $15 million contract with the Columbus Blue Jackets. The goalie, who is a former Cambridge Winterhawk and Barrie Colt, was signed by Columbus as an undrafted free agent in 2022. The Blue Jackets GM said today their intent was always to get a deal in place to ensure he remained with the team. Well, coming up, the owner of a long-standing Kitchener framing shop prepares to hang up the tools.
I've never gotten up in the morning and said, I don't want to go to work today.
Krista Sharp-Kilpatrick will look at a more than 50-year legacy that goes beyond the product hanging on the walls. Here's a look at our satellite and radar tonight. A nice clear night across southern Ontario with no precipitation anywhere to be found. We're sitting under some high pressure right now, but the temperature is the story tonight. It is a cool night out there. It seems as we are the coolest spot in southern Ontario right now. Right here in Waterloo Region, sitting at 12 degrees. It's much milder at 18 just down the highway in Toronto and 17 in Sarnia this hour. Here's a look from Weber Park in Kitchener earlier this evening when it was still a little bit warmer than 12 degrees. It was a beautiful night to get out there and enjoy a sunny summer evening. Karis Map has our forecast coming up later, and I'll be back with more news in 2 minutes.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
Well, the latest now on Ontario's wildfire situation. 180 active wildfires now burning in the northern part of the province. That's an increase of 7 compared to yesterday. Despite a warning not to return to their homes, there are reports that several people are going back, claiming the province isn't doing enough to protect their properties. The OPP are reminding people who've been ordered out to stay out or risk hundreds of dollars in fines. Advocates are pushing back on the province's plan to amalgamate conservation authorities, reducing the current 36 agencies to 9. CTV's Scott Miller has the latest.
I think, it's working together.
At the most recent meeting of the Maitland Valley Conservation Foundation, Dr. Justina Ray, founder of the Wildlife Conservation Society of Canada, made it clear that local decision-making about environmental protections matter.
This incredible link between global and local action really meets at the watershed scale.
Which is why Dr. Ray and many at last month's meeting are against provincial plans to amalgamate Ontario's 36 conservation authorities into 9.
It's really, really important that you've got a local knowledge, and we don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose that into a great big massive regional conservation authority that, in our case, covers 19,500 square kilometers.
The province-wide conservation amalgamations take effect February 1st. The province says combining conservation authorities and creating a centralized Ontario Provincial Conservation Authority will streamline building approvals, standardize services, and strengthen watershed management. McCougan says cutting out lower-tier municipal involvement is a mistake.
I think that we need to make sure that our voice is not lost in a big regional conservation authority.
On February 1st, Maitland Valley will join 5 other conservation authorities, creating the Lake Huron Regional Conservation Authority, stretching from Exeter to Orillia. McCougan is still pushing to split their newly created regional authority in half.
We would love to see a Lake Huron focused. Use the Lake Huron shoreline as a datum and make that a conservation authority. We were proposing that we call it the Lake Huron Conservation Region. You know, drop the authority name.
Whether the government goes for McCougan's proposal or not remains to be seen. Dr. Ray fears her work with Maitland Valley and other conservation authorities on the One Health lens, which intertwines environmental planning decisions to not only consider the impact on animal and natural health, but its impact on human health as well, will be lost amidst the new centralized conservation agency.
We have to be celebrating the watershed, even though politically speaking, it is being torn down in front of us.
In Midwestern Ontario, Scott Miller, CTV News.
5 decades of framing is coming full square for a business owner in Kitchener. CTV's Krista Sharp-Kilpatrick tells us about a long-standing local shop that's closing for good and how friendship is the real glue behind the backing.
A frame may only consist of 4 corners, but for Anne-Marie Halley and Chris Baker, it holds an entire career.
I've never gotten up in the morning and said, I don't want to go to work today.
The two have worked side by side for roughly 5 decades, but after 51 years in the industry, Baker, owner of the Framing and Art Center in Belmont Village, says it's time to retire.
Our lease is up this year, and turning 71 this year, I don't really want to think about when would I close if I don't stop now.
What was once a passive passion turned into a lifelong one.
I've always enjoyed art. Ever since I was a kid, I took art lessons, either watercolor or oil painting. And I was a young mom at home, a little bit bored, and decided to get a job.
Starting as an associate, Baker quickly became a franchisee in an ever-changing industry.
We started out as the Framing Experience, and it was a do-it-yourself store, so you could bring your artwork in, and we had little tables set up with hammers and nails and little vices.
The business then moved to King Street, where they stayed for 29 years until LRT construction brought them here to Belmont Village under the now well-known name Framing and Art Center.
The transition is always difficult, but we landed in the best place ever, and the village is just a really great place to have a business.
Quickly becoming a staple in the community. It's a spot where not only their customers will miss the pair,
everybody knows you and everybody loves you,
but their neighbors.
It's sad to see him go, for sure.
And colleagues will too.
It's kind of emotional, sad, and but I'm really happy for Chris and her future and Anne-Marie. They're both ready to move on to bigger and better and more exciting adventures.
From locks of hair to hockey fair and everything in between, their experience here has also framed their perspective on life.
For me, the most interesting part of my job was always meeting the people and hearing their stories.
The Framing and Art Center in Belmont Village, Kitchener will close its doors for good Saturday, July 25th. Krista Sharp, CTV News, Kitchener.
Later on CTV News, Rhett and Muriel have a baby. The new calf born out of a local bovine love story and the drama that these cheeky cows have brought to their farm.
Yeah, another day of sunny skies, and that's set to continue before some wet weather rolls in through the region. I'll let you know when to expect the rain coming up later in the show during your full forecast.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Weber Park in Kitchener tonight, and you look at that super crystal clear sky and you think, yeah, it'd be a good night to stargaze or catch an early glimpse maybe of the Perseid meteor showers. That's a celestial event that began a week ago. It's going to reach its peak, though, overnight on August 12th to the 13th. So hopefully we'll have a night like this on the peak night of those meteor showers. Well, right now we are pretty chilly, sitting at a very fresh feeling 12 degrees. Here's Karis Mapp with our long range forecast.
Well, Tony, it was another beautiful day filled of sunshine. And if you didn't get a chance to get outside, not to worry. It's going to have some more sunny skies in the coming days before we get some rain. But let's get right into that. Looking at our futurecast right now, we're seeing clear skies throughout the night, overnight, some scattered cloud coverage overnight, but mostly clear skies. Heading into Saturday, as I mentioned, that rain we can see here around 3 p.m. by Saturday. Just south of us in Port Stanley, some scattered showers starting to roll through southwestern Ontario, and there is a chance for us to experience that as well. Overnight tonight, an overnight low of 8 degrees. Pretty chilly, as we just saw with those clear skies. And then tomorrow we're getting some more sunshine, as I mentioned, back up to 26 degrees. A warm one again. There is a UV index of 8 or very high, so just make sure if you're spending prolonged periods of time outside, you're throwing on some sunscreen. Looking at our almanac, an expected high of 24 degrees today, which is a little bit cooler than what's typically normal at 26 for this time of year, except for back in 1933 when we got to 34.4 degrees. Overnight low cooler than normal, which is around 14, as we mentioned. 1989, 6.8. Not too far off from that one, actually. Sunrise was at 6:02, sunset at 8:54 rather. And looking at our 7-day forecast right now, we already know the sunshine will be coming tomorrow, but on Saturday and Sunday, we could be seeing some more showers. Warm temperatures still, though, and then heading into next week, we're going to see some cloud coverage, some more showers. So make sure if you want to get outside, that's happening tomorrow. Looking next over to southern Georgian Bay. This is Lambton, Kent, Essex, very similar to what we're seeing in Waterloo region. Sunny skies. They're going to have a little more sunshine this weekend before getting back into those showers on Monday, and then some scattered showers, some cloud and sun throughout the week. Temperatures getting all the way up to 29 degrees on Tuesday, though, and those overnight lows getting warmer, only dipping down to 20 degrees. So definitely a warm one. And as I said, southern Georgian Bay, our friends out there, very similar to what we're seeing everywhere else. We're going to have some sun and clouds, some showers, some cloudiness. So today really was the day. Tomorrow we'll get some more. Not as warm over in southern Georgian Bay, but still warm enough. Above 20, 24 degrees, 23 to round off the week. Tony.
Karis, thank you. And outside our studios in Kitchener's Deer Ridge area right now, it is 12 degrees on our way down to a low of 8. As Alan was just saying on the floor, that's cold. That's exactly how he said it too. Back in a moment. Big changes on the way for two of our affiliated radio stations here in Waterloo region. Bounce and Virgin are flipping their FM frequencies. As announced this morning, 105.3 will become the home of Bounce Radio. Virgin Radio KW will be moving over to 99.5. The decision for the swap was made based on research that showed a strong appetite for the music that Bounce plays in the larger geographical area that can hear 105.3, while many of Virgin's listeners are located right in the urban part of KW.
When you're talking about 70s, 80s, 90s, and the best of the 2000s, Bounce Radio has it. To put it on 105.3, that has an amazingly huge signal. Like, it goes all the way to almost Owen Sound, all the way down around the Goderich area, all into Toronto, almost down to like the Windsor. It's humongous. And so it's a lot easier to service your clients when they can hear you. And it would seem that there is that huge appetite for Bounce Radio to be on that huge frequency. And as far as Virgin goes, a lot of their audience is very Kitchener-centric. And Kitchener, you can get 99.5, no problem at all.
The changes take effect at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. CTV, Bounce, and Virgin are all owned by Bell Media. Finally, after a moving wedding ceremony last year, two miniature Highland cows in Oxford County have welcomed a baby calf. But as CTV's Alexandra Hollick tells us, just like human relationships, it seems these bovines hit some road bumps.
It was just over a year ago that Muriel and Rhett joined together in holy matrimony for a first-of-its-kind cow wedding. Hosted at Utterly Ridiculous Farm in Oxford County, the nuptials drew big crowds and produced a big bundle of joy.
We have the most beautiful little baby Joe from the two of them.
Baby Joe was born in March, happy, healthy, and with his best hoof forward.
You would think happy ending, everything is perfect, but like in any relationship, there were some struggles. Rhett, unfortunately, has had an affair with Muriel's best friend, Cookie. And we know this without a doubt now because she had a baby.
When Ginger Snap was born earlier this month, the two-timing bull was put out to pasture.
I've been talking to Rhett about rebuilding trust and what it takes for a long-lasting relationship. It's going to take some time.
The couple is back in the same corral for now.
Muriel, is there any chance that you'll take Rhett back? It's too soon to say.
In the meantime, the farm has seen a boost in visitors hoping to catch the cast of four-legged characters, all with their own personalities.
We've named it Days of Our Livestock because that's just what it's become. But we have seen a lot of people coming really wanting to meet the couple, which has been really nice to see.
The hope here on the farm is that Muriel and Rhett will move past
past this and go on to greener pastures with baby Joe and the rest of their growing family. Alexandra Hullock, CTV News, Oxford County.
And that's all the time we have on this Thursday, July 23rd. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.